Sometimes I think about how a lot of black Americans can low-key be colonizers. You know how a lot of Americans like to be in the spotlight? They always want to be at the center of the story. A lot of black Americans are actually like that when it comes to African stories. They're not interested in Africa unless they're at the center of it. Good example is Woman King. There's also Black Panther, which had the backdrop of Africa, but they didn't even have a premiere event in at least 10 African countries. And no, don't tell me about the one or two African actors in these movies, because it's giving I have a black friend. Also seen a couple of black Americans traveling from America to African countries to have their hair done because it's cheap. It's giving cheap labor. Who else did that? There's also the passport bros who are like, oh my god, I should just go get a wife in Africa because they're easier to oppress and they don't have rights. And lately, there has been a huge number of black Americans doing a lot of investments in African countries, especially real estate. But the problem is, they're coming and they want to change everything. They're like, yo, the architecture that you have in these African countries, not our vibe. We're just gonna bring that American aesthetic. You're just gentrifying a lot of African countries, but you don't care about that, right? As long as you get money in your pocket.